Suddenly my room doesn't look that bad knowing that I'm a Champions League winner. Well, it has been 7 hours since we just won against Inter Milan, and I am still shocked. I am still trying to process this, just like all of you. I'm sure all of you are having the same exact feelings, because this is probably one of the happiest days of my life, and I'm just here to just talk to you and just summarize what the hell I just witnessed. I have this guy's jersey up here because finally I can have his jersey up here. I can finally wear it with peace and comfort, knowing that his stupid-ass African curse is now over. I'm going to start from the bottom up. First of all, Ederson, this was one of the best performances he's ever had in his entire career. I had no idea who was in net. Ederson, look, most people know that Ederson is a top-class goalkeeper. Nobody really has ever said that he's the best goalkeeper in the world. I have never really said that he's the best goalkeeper in the world, but I gotta be honest. That was one of the best performances I've seen from Ederson. That was his best performance I've ever seen. Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Nathan Ake, you guys were all brick walls. Nathan Ake is our most improved player of the season. John Stones is the best center back in the world. There's no discussion. There's absolutely no discussion. He's the best center back in the world. And he's probably like top 5 best defensive midfielders in the world. That's how versatile this motherfucker is. Okay? What best center back in the world, and he's in the conversation for the best CDM this season. That's how great he is. This is probably Bernardo Silva's last game for Manchester City. Same thing with Ilkay Gundogan. If it is, it has been a pleasure watching these two players play football. It's been a pleasure watching Bernardo Silva. It's been a pleasure watching my uncle play football, our captain for our amazing historic treble. Jack Grealish didn't have the best of games. There were times when Jack Grealish got the ball in the left wing and he just drove at the Inter players. He just risked it all and he just created something from scratch. He still has a record for the most amounts of chances created by an English player in a single Champions League campaign. No other English player, with David Beckham, Scholes, Lampard, all the other players in history, nobody has done that more than Jack Grealish. He is absolutely sensational. He is one of my most treasured football players because I loved him from last season. I immediately adopted his haircut from last season, the headband and everything. I wanted to play like him, and now I'm just over the moon that he's just won a Champions League trophy. Kevin De Bruyne has 28 assists this season. He led the league in assists in the Premier League. He led the league. He led the Champions League in assists. He is a contender for the Ballon d'Or this season, as well as Erling Haaland. Those two are probably 100% top 4 or 5, okay? Yeah. Regardless if you think they're 1, 2, 3, or 4, both of them have to be there. And another player that I didn't mention, and I saved them for last, is Rodri. Okay, I've been saying that Nathan Ake is the Manchester City player this season because of how much he's improved. But I think I'm going to take the mantle and give it to Rodri because his performance in this Champions League final made me tear up because I was crying. I was watching highlights. I was watching the celebrations. The Rodri is on fire celebrations, and the Rodri is the Manchester City player this season for me. He has been absolutely sensational. I've always said this for the last couple of years. With Erling Haaland breaking all these records, 52 goals in 53 games. Okay, Erling Haaland might actually win the Ballon d'Or. You never know, but Rodri is our most important player. He is our most important player. Ordered the Manchester City 23-24 new home kit, and I was able to pick a player on the back, and I chose Phil Foden. Phil Foden gave us a spark for this game. Look, he didn't play well in the first half, but in the second half, the spark, the creativity that this guy had, it just made our creativity just look that much more potent, that much more venomous in the second half, and it was just a joy to watch. I'm never going to forget this day for the rest of my life. Absolutely not. And I'm so glad that I have a platform to show it to my subscribers, to my friends, my family, everybody else. Shout out to one of my best friends who came. As soon as we won, I went downstairs and I opened up the big screen TV to see the trophy lift. And as soon as I did that, one of my best friends came to my house. I actually captured it on my Ring doorbell. I'm not going to show it to y'all. I want to keep that private because it's personal, and it means a lot to me. So I hope he's watching this. If you are watching, he's a diehard Barcelona fan, and that just brought me to tears. When he left, my man, if you're watching this, I started tearing up as soon as you left because that was just, as soon as I saw you come out, I was like, wow. I'm sure he was happy for me as well as, the entire fan base of Barcelona. The only fan bases that wanted us to win, Barcelona, Manchester City, obviously, AC Milan, maybe like a couple of them, and strangely enough, West Ham. A lot of West Ham fans I've seen on Twitter and on social media, all of them wanted us to win. So I'm really happy about that too. I still can't believe what the hell I just witnessed, because this is one of the happiest days of my life. I mean, all these players, all these squad members have etched themselves into the history of European football. Bernardo Silva will finally get the respect that he deserves. Ilkay Gundogan is a footballing legend. Bernardo Silva is a legend. Kevin De Bruyne is a legend. Erling Haaland is a legend. Phil Foden has got the biggest trophy cabinet I think I've ever seen in a football player at the age of 23. He's the same age as me, and he's got, 5 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, a couple of Community Shields, like 5 Carabao Cups, and a Champions League medal. This guy is going to be one of the most decorated players if this continues. Big shout out to the Manchester City fans who gave a small little tribute to 2 Leeds fans that sadly lost their lives supporting their team in Istanbul. This was a very emotional tribute, and I'm so proud of my fan base for doing this. I'm so proud of my fan base in general. The atmosphere was absolutely electric. All of you turned up. I love it, each and every single one of you. So enjoy this moment if you're watching this as a Man City fan. You're never going to forget this moment. It's a historic treble. We are in the conversation for one of the greatest club teams in the history of football. One of the greatest seasons ever. This is just beyond anything I think I've ever imagined. I predicted the Premier League winner would get under 90 points, and that happened. I said we'd win the FA Cup, that happened. And I said we'd be in the final in the Champions League in Istanbul, but I didn't say we would win it because I was still a little nervous. I still wasn't as confident as I was after the games against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. So thank you all so much for watching.